This is macOS Ken.
Analysts react to Apple Unleashed. When are we getting to Monterey? And news on hardware and soft hardware. It is Wednesday, the 20th of October, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. SimpliSafe has been doing that for years, protecting people and places from break-ins, fires, and water damage. Now they're looking outside with their new wireless outdoor security camera. The camera folds in nicely with everything people love about SimpliSafe, like easy installation. Just attach the screw-in mount and place your camera on top, letting its super strong magnet hold the device securely in place. Sounds as easy as the rest of their setup. Setting up my base station, sensors, and keypad took well under an hour. And of course, the camera works hand in hand with the award-winning SimpliSafe system. So you get real protection from your front lawn to your backyard. Safety and simplicity inside and out. That's SimpliSafe. To learn more about the exciting new SimpliSafe wireless outdoor security camera, visit simplisafe.com/macOSCan. What's more, SimpliSafe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. SIMPLI. Again, that's simplisafe.com/macOSCan. While lots of financial analysts seem to have been impressed by Apple's Unleashed event, only one saw enough to move a target. Apple 3.0 rounded up parts of several notes, including the one with the raised price target from Davidson analyst Tom Fort. Basically, he's turned on by the amount of money he sees Apple making and the margins he's forecasting. He used this week's note to reiterate his buy rating on Apple shares. He also upped his price target on the shares from $167 to $175. Raymond James analyst Chris Casso says Apple's real money is still in iPhone, though the new Macs and new AirPods will serve as icing on the cake as incremental earnings drivers heading into the holidays. He's got an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target of $185. Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani thinks the new MacBooks announced Monday will see significant demand given the major upgrades to performance and battery. Those upgrades will make it the best workstation laptop on the market in his estimation. AdRock has an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target of $180. Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives thinks Apple announcing new laptops and AirPods now is a statement that it can deliver hardware despite issues experienced by many in the supply chain. The way he sees it, these products add to the biggest hardware product cycle, with iPhone 13 leading the pack at Apple in roughly a decade, and remains a major growth catalyst for the story heading into 2022. He's got an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target of $185. A note highlighted by MacDailyNews had Citigroup analyst Gentleman Jim Suva thinking along a similar line as Mr. Ives. Quoting his note, despite supply chain woes impacting several companies, Apple's announcement suggests that it is significantly better at navigating these disruptions than other small product manufacturers. Suva's got a buy rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $170. CFRA analyst Angelo Zeno takes a different view from Suva and Ives, though not an opposing one. While supply chain constraints are an issue, says Zeno, We think new Mac offerings are best in class and should allow it to sustain sales at an elevated level and take more PC share. He's got a buy rating on Apple shares and a price target of $160. And finally, JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee focused in on the small things. Apple Insider highlighted his note, which had Chatman thinking that the cheaper second-generation AirPods and cheaper Apple Music plan could drive an expansion of Apple's total market. Chatterjee has a positive rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $180. If it happened on screen Monday, I missed it. Whatever the case, Apple did announce Monday when the next round of software updates will be out. According to a piece from 9to5Mac, macOS Monterey and iOS 15.1 will make their way to the world at large next Monday, the 25th of October. One assumes that's true for iPadOS 15.1, tvOS 15.1, and watchOS 8.1 as well, as Apple Insider points out that all of those operating systems for Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, and Apple Watch saw release candidates seeded to developers on Monday. You likely already know whether your phones, tablets, watches, and streamers can take the newness. As for the Mac, 9to5Mac lists which machines can make it to Monterey. They include 2015 and later MacBook, early 2015 and later MacBook Air, early 2015 and later MacBook Pro, late 2014 and later Mac Mini, late 2015 and later iMac, 2017 and later iMac Pro, and late 2013 and later Mac Pro. One of the macOS Monterey marquee features will not run on your Mac next week, and nothing to do with your Mac, more to do with its place in time. Universal Control will not be ready by Monday. In case you've forgotten what that is, a piece from Mac Rumors says Universal Control will allow for a single mouse, trackpad, and keyboard to be used across multiple Macs and/or iPads side by side. That same piece has Apple indicating that the feature will be available later this fall. Assuming you upgrade to Monterey Monday, one thing you will get is a sensible Safari. A piece from Apple Insider says this week's macOS release candidate reverts Safari's controversial compact tabs design tweak to a more traditional layout seen in existing macOS versions. Gone, but not forgotten, and not actually gone. According to Apple Insider, now referred to as separate in Safari preferences, the default option brings back a traditional tab GUI that does away with the button-like design unveiled at WWDC. Those who prefer the new look can enable it by selecting Compact in Preferences. With the huge unleashed emphasis on production, updates to Apple's production apps are not a huge surprise. 9to5Mac says Apple updated its professional video editor Final Cut Pro this week, along with its professional audio app, Logic Pro. Optimized for Apple's new M1 Pro and M1 Max processors, the piece says improvements present in Final Cut Pro 10.6 include the ability to play a whopping 7 streams of 8K ProRes at full resolution, exporting ProRes videos over 5 times faster than before. Object Tracker is a tool that lets users create animated graphics that follow the movement of faces and other objects in the frame. And there's support for editing cinematic videos shot on the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro. The Final Cut Pro companion apps, Compressor and Motion, also got updates. Most notably, the piece says Compressor can transcode HEVC video up to 2 times faster and ProRes video up to 10 times faster. On the audio side, Logic Pro 10.7 gets a complete set of rendering and mixing tools to support spatial audio, the ability to author songs as Apple Music-compatible Dolby Atmos mixes, spatial audio support for essential plugins like limiter, loudness meter, space designer, and more, and a number of producer packs that were added to GarageBand earlier this year. The updates are free for existing users. For newbies, Final Cut Pro goes for $299, Compressor and Motion go for $49.99 each, Logic Pro goes for $199.99, though it is worth noting education pricing is available for all of those applications. It wasn't just the Pro apps that got updates this week. A piece from Apple Insider says the Cupertino company also updated iMovie for the Mac. Interestingly, most people won't be able to use its newest feature yet. According to the piece, the latest version 10.3 of iMovie enables users to edit video captured in cinematic mode on iPhone 13. Limited to Macs running macOS Monterey, the new capability adds a cinematic control in the app's inspector, allowing users to modify the intensity of the automatically generated depth of field effect. It's kind of like when they send you the case for your new iPhone before you get the iPhone. In addition to cinematic mode support, the piece says iMovie also includes performance and efficiency improvements with optimization for the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips introduced this week with the new MacBook Pro line. iMovie is a free application. All of the production apps mentioned are available in the Mac App Store. More news in a moment, but first a word from Headspace. Meditation made simple. I don't like to dwell on the negative, but I don't think it's overstating it to say we've all been through a lot over the past year and a half. Like, a lot. You can let yourself get numb to that, you can get angry about it, or you can work to build a healthier and happier life. Headspace can help. I spent years doubting the whole meditation thing. How could that work? I'm not enlightened now. I still have issues, as most everybody does. But Headspace has given me tools to help deal with those. Once you download the Headspace app and use their meditation and mindfulness exercises, it takes just a few minutes a day to change your relationship with stress and anxiety, to start feeling better. You may be skeptical. I don't blame you. But Headspace has helped me. You really have to try it to feel the difference. Find some Headspace at headspace.com/macOSken and get 1 month free of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/macOSken today. headspace.com/macOSken. If you've hit Apple's site this week, you may have noticed something different right off the top, or right on the top. Apple Insider ran a piece Monday pointing out changes to the site's menu bar. Great. Now I want food and a drink. It's a menu bar. Never mind. New headings at the top of the page include AirPods, only on Apple, and accessories. The TV section has also been changed to TV and home, and the music section is changed to not being there, at least as a heading. The only on Apple section is dedicated to Apple's many services, including Apple Music. If you ordered one of the new MacBook Pros announced Monday, you may want to check your delivery date again. A piece from iMore says some of them are shifting earlier. The piece cites at least one person on Twitter who saw the delivery date for their 16-inch M1 Max machine move from December to November. No guarantee that you'll be so lucky, but who knows? Something sort of surprising about Apple's upcoming Pro laptops. A piece from Mac Rumors says the HDMI port on the new machines is HDMI 2.0, not 2.1. According to the piece, the HDMI 2.0 port supports a single 4K display with a refresh rate of up to 60 Hz. HDMI 2.1 technology would have allowed the port to run a 4K display with a 120 Hz refresh rate. I'm not sure whether most people would notice the difference. I'm not saying they wouldn't, I seriously don't know. Either way, it is kind of strange that Apple didn't go top of the line for its top-of-the-line laptops. While AirPods' attention was focused on the third-generation pair, something did happen to AirPods Pro on Monday as well. Cult of Mac says Apple's middle-of-the-road pods got a new MagSafe charging case. Not now sold separately. As of this week, a pair of AirPods Pro comes with a MagSafe charging case for the same $249 as a pair with the old wireless charging case. Kind of makes sense. The AirPods 3 announced Monday come with a MagSafe case. Seems like the Pros should too. Cult of Mac points out that the change doesn't represent a huge difference. The old case could do the Qi charging thing no problem. However, the piece says, unlike iPhone 12 and iPhone 13, the original AirPods Pro case didn't attach to the MagSafe charger magnetically, which meant it was easy to knock it off or place it down incorrectly so that your AirPods didn't charge at all. This solves that, assuming you've got a MagSafe charger or some sort of magnetic charging something. And finally today, the strangest thing Apple announced on Monday wasn't something it announced, but something that just sort of turned up. iDownload blog says Apple on Monday started offering a polishing cloth in its online store. It is what it sounds like, a cloth for polishing the many displays offered by Apple. According to the company's description, made with soft, non-abrasive material, the polishing cloth cleans any Apple display, including nanotexture glass, safely and effectively. Doesn't come cheap, and it doesn't come soon. Running buyers $19, orders on Monday already stretched to next week. I came across a piece from Mac Rumors last night that said orders had pushed out to November. They have since moved to stocking stuffer range as far as delivery. If I placed an order right now, Apple says I could have the polishing cloth delivered between the 6th and 17th of December. Just in time for the holidays. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Check out the all-new SimpliSafe wireless outdoor security camera and get 20% off your system at simplysafe.com/macOSken. This show is also sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.